So you have certain belief systems that are imprinted in your subconscious mind. Usually, certain things are deep down sewn in your subconscious mind, and you believe that certain things are possible, certain things are impossible. You can achieve certain set of things, you cannot achieve certain things. Now, usually, what happens is when you think that you cannot achieve certain things, these are called limiting self beliefs. And when you think you can achieve certain things and you can do things that are possible, these are called positive self beliefs. Now, most of the times, your limiting self beliefs are more dominant than your positive self beliefs. For example, if you've only been in toxic relationships, and if you have only had this experience of being in toxic relationship after toxic relationship, you kind of believe that you are not meant to have really good relationships. You're only meant to have toxic relationships, and this kind of imprints this belief system in your mind, and this is sown in your subconscious mind. And logically, like outside, you might be like, I want a healthy relationship, but deep down inside, you feel like you don't deserve a healthy relationship because when you get into a healthy relationship, it feels unfamiliar. For you, being in a toxic relationship was really familiar. Now, when you get into a healthy relationship, it's not really familiar. Now, this is because of the belief system that is coming back up from your subconscious mind. It's like, hey, who are you fooling here? You totally believe in your soul and in your mind that you are not meant to receive healthy relationships. You're not meant to receive healthy forms of love. And now you're out there, trying to change and shift certain things in the outside reality, and you expect us to, comply with that. That is your subconscious mind, playing. Now, it's basically like you experiencing certain things in life, you experiencing certain relationships are a reflection for what is perceived true by your subconscious mind. So if your subconscious mind and deep down inside you feel like you don't deserve love, if you feel like you don't deserve the good things in life, and if you feel guilty for experiencing all the fun, joy, and happiness in life, guess what? Whenever you experience fun, joy, and happiness, you feel like you don't deserve it. You feel like you're not worthy of it. So all you have to do is to change your limiting self-beliefs, turn them into positive self-beliefs. And before you do that, you have to dive down deep and understand why you have these limiting self-beliefs in the first place. Now, most of the times, while growing up, you've undergone certain situations and certain traumatic experiences that made you, think that this is possible, this is not possible. Oh, okay, I must not dream too big. My head is in the clouds. This is impossible. For me, my standard, this is what, is possible. You kind of believe that. And of course, there's social conditioning that comes into play. There's also, parental conditioning, and even your environment influences you more than you think. It's like when you're put in an environment full of negative people, guess what? You're going to be the next negative person. And if you're put in an environment which actually believes that anything is possible and everything can be achievable if you put in the work, guess what? Even you will have that self-belief. You'll have that core belief system, and you will align with your environment. And that is how your environment influences you. So when you are brought up in an environment that's really toxic, really abusive, really make you feel like nothing is possible and everything is against you, you will grow up with this feeling like the whole world is against you. And this puts you in a state of chaos, and you go into this cycle of self-sabotage. You kind of have this limiting self-belief systems, and whenever you receive any opportunity in life, you kind of put yourself down. It's like you go 2 weeks, just enjoying things and really pumped up and stuff, but then you go back to ground zero. It's like you win for a week, and for you it doesn't really feel normal to win, and you go back to losing feels familiar, losing feels normal, because when you win, it kind of puts you outside your comfort zone. And that is why the thing is, you have to challenge yourself and put yourself in situations which challenge your limiting self-belief systems. Of course, when you go from believing like everything is against you, the whole world is against you, and you have that certain belief system for such a long time, and you feel like you don't deserve certain things in life, it takes a while for you to change those limiting self-belief systems. And in order to be successful, to change these limiting self-belief systems, you have to put yourself in positions and in situations that actually challenge these belief systems and break them. It's like if you feel like you're unworthy of love, you have to put yourself in places where you're receiving love, and at that time you'll have this internal trigger, internal voice that comes up and says, hey, this is not normal, and you will start reacting in a different way. At that time, your limbic system takes over, and you react in a very emotional state. You become very emotional and start doing things which are not really aligned to what you actually want, but it's aligned to your old self. It's like you want to be this new person, who feels like everything is possible, who sees the world like in an optimistic view, but you are dragged down by your old self. It's like when you're trying to quit, alcohol. You envision yourself as a person who's sober and who's free from alcohol, free from any addiction. But it's like your addictive habits, your past self kind of pulls you down, holds you back in, and you relapse. So that's the same thing here. Instead of trying to make a permanent shift at the beginning itself, you can start by small steps. Try challenging yourself and try to break these limiting self-beliefs step by step. And baby steps is a great term that I like to use. It's like do 2-3% better every single day. You cannot do it overnight. I mean, sometimes you can do it overnight. If you can do it overnight, that's absolutely fucking awesome. But most of the times, it takes a while for you to, overcome those limiting self-belief systems and install new belief systems. It's like, deleting old programs, old software in your computer and reinstalling the new packages, new software. That's how it is. So all you have to do is figure out what made you believe in certain things. What made your subconscious mind perceive true? Like, what are the events and situations? And if you really analyze them, you'll realize like these are traumatic, deep-rooted childhood events that happened, 20 years ago, 30 years ago, when you were 2 years old, 3 years old, 5 years old, 6 years old. It's like your subconscious mind remembers everything. Consciously, you cannot recollect, but if you actually sit down and do a self-audit, you can actually recollect so many things from your childhood. And you'll understand, okay, I did not receive love when I was growing up. That's why I feel uncomfortable when I'm in a healthy relationship. When somebody shows me love, it puts me out of place because I've never experienced this, kind words of affirmation, this open affection while growing up. You kind of relate, and that actually brings you more, things to work out, brings out more information, which will actually help you to align yourself to this new higher version of yourself and makes you, improve. It's not merely just self-improvement. It's more than that. It's like reshaping your subconscious mind. And once you reshape your subconscious mind, it's like you will start having these new belief systems and you will start believing in the impossible. And when you start believing in the impossible, you will start to take actionable steps to reach the impossible goal, which your old self thought was impossible, but now your new self thinks that everything is possible and you will achieve whatever you want. That is basically it. So hope that helps. Thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing. As always, I'll see you in the next one.